That evening was full of surprises, including an account by a gentleman by the name of Reverend Robert Pipes, a Baptist minister who led the first group of African Americans to visit Sai Baba at Puttaparthi in 1979. There were 15 in that group. One couple, Shailene and Kelly, who were part of that group, were also in the crowd when Reverend Pipes told his story. Okay? This is so interesting. Reverend Pipes said, "I was dealing with a lot of trouble, and I began to call on Sai Baba. He had manifested this necklace for me with a medallion of Jesus," so he showed that to us, of course. "At the time, I had asked for one with him on it, but Sai Baba said people wouldn't understand or be able to accept that, so he made one with Jesus on it, acknowledging that God is one." So from what I remember, Baba, the medallion had Baba on one side and Jesus on the other, if I recall correctly. Okay? All right. And I had, and this is Reverend Pipes speaking, said, "And I had been told, like so many people who received these gifts from Sai Baba, rings and necklaces and things of that nature, that whenever we were in trouble, that he would know it and we could call on him." Well, I was calling on him. And I called Sai Baba, and I called Sai Baba. I called Sai Baba so long, I don't know how long, when all of a sudden, this movie screen just rolled down in front of me. I'm talking about one of those old-fashioned kind that you would have seen at school back in the day, and they would focus the projector on it, that kind of movie screen. So for some of you who might be a little young for this, I want you to visualize this. This is literally Reverend Pipes saying he had called on Sai Baba so long and so hard that in front of him, an old-fashioned movie screen rolled down. And these were just like a sheet that would roll out of this big roller. It would just come down. And when I was in school, the teacher would sit in the back of the classroom and use a projector so the image would be on the movie screen. So this is what Reverend Pipes is saying happened right in front of his eyes. Okay, just boom. All right. Okay. He said that it rolled down, and in the beginning, this dot appeared in the middle, and it quickly grew to be Sai Baba. And he walked out of the movie screen. Now, I've got to just remind you, do you recall earlier in the book when Bharosha Ma had died, and she was on the other side, but she was in a place where entities were attacking her, and she was questioning why has she been worshiping and loving Sai Baba for so long if this was going to be her, the result, her outcome. And then she said, all of a sudden, snow began to fall, and in the middle of the snow, there was this dot, and it turned red, and it quickly turned to Sai Baba. I'm reading this, and this is what this is reminding me of. So he had a similar experience of how Baba came to him. Okay, so first, Baba was a dot that appeared in the middle of the movie screen, and it quickly grew to be Sai Baba. And he walked out of that screen. He walked out of that screen, and he put his hand on his hip and leaned toward me and said, "What is it, Pipes?" Can you imagine Baba doing that? So Baba's walked out of the screen, put his hand on his hip, leaned towards Reverend Pipes, and said, "What is it, Pipes?" I began to tell him everything that was wrong and what had happened. And after I was done laying out my troubles, Baba said, "I know." And he turned around and he walked back into that movie screen. He disappeared. The movie screen rolled up and it disappeared. Now, that's Baba. That's what Baba can do. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. It was like, oh my goodness. That was an amazing story. I was laughing by the time Reverend Pipes sat down. The account he told and the way he told it was hilarious. But my laughter was also, what did I just hear? What did I just hear? Did I hear this man say, this minister say, there was a movie screen, an actual movie screen, that rolled down out of thin air in front of him, and Sai Baba walked out of it? After hearing another sermon from Reverend Pipes the following day called Hot in the Oven, I basically understood this. This is my understanding after hearing this Reverend Pipes story. Sai Baba physically came to him just to tell Reverend Pipes that he knew about his woes. But Reverend Pipes was the cause of his own troubles. So Baba was basically saying, you deal with it, Reverend Pipes. You these are the actions you took. I know what's happening to you. You deal with it. Amazing. Oh my God. It has taken me years going over that story in my mind and asking my husband, Larry, did he hear the same thing? Which he says he did. To accept that Reverend Pipes did not say he was dreaming, that this actually happened to him.